Cabo San Lucas is packed with incredible resorts, but during our recent trip, we spent several days staying at Hacienda del Mar Los Cabos to see what this resort is actually like. We explored the rooms, spent time at the pools, walked the beach, and tried several of the dining options. And honestly, there were a few things about this resort that were really good and stood out, including some things that were great and a couple that were honestly a little frustrating. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it was like staying there so you can decide if Hacienda del Mar is worth it for your Cabo trip. Hacienda del Mar is located along the Cabo corridor between Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo. This area is known for having some of the most scenic resorts in Cabo because many of them sit right along the Sea of Cortez with incredible ocean views. That is a fact. For this trip, we stayed in 2 run-of-the-house King Ocean View rooms, which gave us a good sense of what a typical stay here looks like. Over the course of the stay, we explored the property, spent time at the pools and beach, and tried a mix of dining options around the resort. And one thing that actually surprised us a bit was the variation in the food depending on where we ate. But I'll get into that in a bit. So let's start with our first impressions. One of the first things that stood out when we arrived at Hacienda del Mar was the architecture. It was stunning. The resort is designed to feel like a traditional Mexican hacienda village rather than a modern high-rise hotel. Instead of one big building, the property is spread out across multiple smaller buildings connected by courtyards, fountains, and walkways. It gives the whole resort a much more relaxed and really unique feel, and honestly, it's just a really enjoyable place to walk around and explore. Because the resort is built along a hillside overlooking the ocean, you also get great views from a lot of different areas around the property. After checking in, the first thing we wanted to do was head to the room. We stayed in a run-of-the-house King Ocean View room, and overall the room was spacious and quite comfortable. But there are definitely a few things worth pointing out. When you walk in, the layout feels open, with the king bed in the center and plenty of space to move around, for sure. It felt quite large. The bed itself was on the firmer side, but still comfortable mostly, and there were plenty of pillows. Thank you, which is always a plus. I don't know how resorts get this wrong. Pillows are so key. One thing I was really appreciated was that the fridge was stocked with sodas and water, which is a really nice touch, especially after being out in the sun all day. They did have beer, but only on the first day as well. The room also had a solid TV setup where you could plug in your own HDMI device and you could sign into streaming apps, which is great if you just want to relax at night after a long day. And now stepping outside to the balcony, we did have an ocean view, but it was more of a partial view on the right-hand side. Most of what we overlooked was actually one of the main pool areas, including the swim-up bar, so you get a mix of pool energy and a bit of an ocean view as well. Now moving into the bathroom, the layout itself was good, double vanity, plenty of space, and a walk-in shower. But the biggest issue we had in the room was definitely the water pressure. It uses a rain-style shower head, but the pressure was really weak and pretty terrible, to the point where the water barely extended beyond the fixture. It was awful. It actually got worse during peak times like the morning and before dinner, which made it pretty frustrating when trying to get ready. Another small thing to know, at least in our building, there wasn't an ice machine. And actually, I believe it was on the first floor of all of them. So I didn't think we had an ice machine, but then when I asked around to our group, they said that each one thought they did, but you had to go to the very, very bottom floor to get ice. It wasn't on each individual floor. Another thing, balcony area, not all of the balconies have walls. So ours did have walls with like smaller windows on each side. Some of them were just like kind of open railings that married up to another balcony. So you may have a balcony with a neighbor who's sitting out at the same time. Just be aware of that. I don't like when resorts do that. I like having some privacy on the balcony. So we had that, but not every room is like that. So just a heads up there. So overall, the room was comfortable and had some nice features, but there are definitely a few things to be aware of depending on what matters most to you. If you enjoy long, very powerful hot showers, then you might need to try somewhere else. One thing Hacienda del Mar does really well visually is the pool areas. There are several pools spread throughout the property, and they're all really well designed with great views and a relaxing atmosphere. But there's something important to know here. Pool chairs are extremely competitive. Extremely. If you want a good spot, you'll need to be out early, and I mean early, like 4:35, something like that. We're told people reserving chairs as early as I think 3 a.m. and even that might be too late depending on the day. If you want the good ones by the beach, you need to be early because the beach isn't really swimmable. Most guests spend their time at the pools, which makes the chairs even more in demand. We're also told that if you leave your chairs unattended for around 45 minutes or more, they may be cleared, although we didn't personally see that happen. So if you're planning a pool day, just be aware that this is something you'll need to plan around. That said, once you do get a spot, the experience is great. The pools are beautiful, the views are fantastic, and the pool service was actually excellent. Drinks came quickly and the staff was very attentive. So the whole pool situation and the chair situation, this is how I heard Aruba was, but we didn't experience that at Aruba. We only experienced here. There were people sitting out by the pool on their at 5 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 4:30. Some people would just go down and put personal items in the chair and then come back later. So you kind of get a mix of everything, but some people were sitting out there. We didn't see the 45-minute rule thing, but we heard from other people to actually pick your stuff up and put it on the ground, and then let other people use your chair if you've gone for multiple hours. So this is the hard part about resorts for me. I really struggle with this whole chair situation. I've seen people who do it well, and I see people who do it terrible, and everything in between. Now let's talk about the beach. The beach in front of Hacienda del Mar is absolutely beautiful. Wide sand, not really white. Dramatic waves and incredible views along the coastline. But like many beaches in Cabo, it's not safe for swimming due to the strong currents and riptides. So while it's a great place to walk and relax, you won't see many people getting into the water here. Another thing to know, the sand does get extremely hot during the day. It's obviously cooler down by the water, but up towards the steps, it was really hot. So if you're planning to walk along the beach, you'll definitely want to have shoes or sandals with you. If swimming is important to you, you'll usually want to head closer to Medano Beach, which is one of the few swimmable beaches in Cabo. I heard it gets really busy because it's one of the few swimmable beaches in Cabo, so heads up there. Now let's talk about the food, because this was actually one of the more interesting parts of the stay. The resort has several restaurants on the property, along with the option to do all-inclusive, which some people in our group were using. Starting with breakfast, the breakfast buffet was incredible. It was delicious, amazing, and lots of variety. There was a wide variety of options, and overall, it was one of the most consistently strong meals we had during our stay. For lunch, we ate at Serena's, which is one of the beachfront restaurants by the pool. The setting is great. You're right by the ocean, but the food itself was honestly okay, like maybe a 6 out of 10. Not bad, but not something that really stood out. Now, one thing that really surprised us was the food during our group dinners. The meals that we had as part of our work events were actually amazing and excellent. And several people in our group even mentioned the food at the group dinners was better than what they expected at some of the regular restaurants. So if you're having a convention or something like that, expect the food to be very good. It was very good at breakfast as well. So overall, I'd say the food here is a bit of a mix. Some meals, especially the breakfast buffet and the group dinners, were really strong, while others were more average. And I heard that from a lot of people in our group. Certain restaurants were great and consistent, certain restaurants weren't, and certain restaurants would be great and then not good. So it's a little bit inconsistent there. Service throughout the resort was generally really good, but it did vary depending on where you were. At the restaurant, service was a little slower at times, especially during busy periods, but not unfriendly. At the pool and during the group events, the service was amazing and excellent. The staff was friendly, attentive, and overall did a great job. So while not perfectly consistent across the board, service was definitely a positive part of the experience. And I would say that's kind of every time we go to Mexico. Mexico always has pretty good service, 7, 8, 9 out of 10. I haven't run into too many times in Mexico where it wasn't. So the all-inclusive option is worth mentioning. At Hacienda del Mar, they just recently introduced this. And so we didn't personally use it, but several people in our group did, and they spoke pretty highly of it. They liked the convenience of having food and drinks included, and it seemed to work especially well for larger families. So if anyone planning to spend most of their time at the resort, I'd certainly take a look at it, especially if you have 18-year-olds or older, because there's obviously lots of drinks and lots of drinking. It gets really expensive if you don't have the all-inclusive option. And from what I saw from the menu, what is on the all-inclusive is pretty extensive. So after spending several days here, what really stood out about Hacienda del Mar was the overall atmosphere. The resort feels scenic, relaxed, and a little more traditional compared to some of the newer resorts in Cabo. And instead of feeling like a massive hotel, it almost feels like you're staying in a small village along the coast, which was amazing. Between the architecture, landscaping, and ocean views, it's just a really pleasant place to spend time. I loved walking around here. I thought the cobblestone streets, all the landscaping was beautiful. Seeing the ocean views even from up the street or up the hill a little bit, it's really good. So the big question is Hacienda del Mar Los Cabos worth it? After staying here, I'd say this is a really solid option if you're looking for a scenic and relaxing resort in Cabo. The property is beautiful, the views are fantastic, and the overall vibe is very enjoyable. It's very low-key. The food was a bit mixed depending on where we ate, but there were definitely some standout meals, especially the breakfast buffet and the group dinners. Service was generally good, with some areas stronger than others, and with the addition of the all-inclusive option, this resort now offers more flexibility depending on how you want to experience your stay, especially with 18 plus. So overall, if you're looking for a relaxing resort with great views and a unique hacienda style setting, this is definitely one worth considering. It is very different from the skyrise, normal luxury kind of all-inclusive resorts. So if you're planning to stay here, I would definitely recommend booking an ocean view room if possible. The views really do make a difference. Also take some time to explore the property because there are a lot of great spots around the resort that are easy to miss if you don't walk around a bit. And if you're planning activities while visiting Cabo, we also went whale watching while we were here, which was another great experience that we'll be sharing in another video. That is Cabo Hacienda del Mar. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and we'll catch you on the next one.